Hello viewers, I'm SP and welcome back to Pyre. So, it's been a few days, and I do not remember what we were doing, and I'm probably terrible at the rites now. So, nothing has changed, let's get on with it. One of these days I'll be good at the rites. Possibly. The real challenge is whether I can get that date to occur before we finish the game. Man, this game has good art. Alright, I suppose let's head more or less directly where we're going. If any points of interest want to pop up, they'll pop up where we can see them, I'm sure. Back to the Glade of Lou. I feel like we do a lot of matches at the Glade of Lou. You know, probably I could remember which rite courts I like best, and we could just stick to those locations, huh? Well, whatever. So Bertrude thinks that we should land in Needlefield, give me time for my vocations, while Hedwyn thinks we may find some peace here from many hard days of travel. You know, I wonder if we should do a vocation and go for a stat buff for everybody or something. I don't think anybody's desperately in need of enlightenment anymore. I'm kind of curious what this is. Let's see what find some peace here means in game terms. We'll just, we'll take a load off. We'll just chill out for a couple of minutes. Edwin gathers everyone together in a quiet spot he found, somewhere in the gnarled roots of Cinderroot. The expression on his face soon softens. We've been pushing ourselves now for a while. Everyone, we're taking the night off. Set aside your troubles and concerns as best you can. They'll be there waiting for us in the morning. That's a little more ominous than he meant it to be, I think. As for me, dinner's almost ready. Oh, good. All right then, party time. Whoever brought the drinks, I order you to show yourself this instant. Scribes, they too reveled as friends from time to time. See, Lay's been reading the book. We should be reading the book. This night deserves no respite, though a command is a command. In time, everyone takes Hedwyn's request to heart, each in their own way. It proves a pleasant evening, and the group's spirits are lifted to some extent, especially once dinner is served. Okay, +2 hope for everybody. That's good. I think, it would be cool to have hope. I feel like, in general, when we get multiple people banished, I just get scored on. It would be interesting to have some characters who have enough hope that that's not generally the case. Probably there's a way you can build people to come back quickly enough that losing 2 characters isn't necessarily a death knell. Alright, let's go see Barker. Oh hey, we encountered the messenger imp near your location in the untamed flora of Black Basin, looking to bring you news and rumors from the other side. It's Jodariel saying, "Hey, what happened? Are you all dead? Why hasn't anyone else come over?" The details this time regard one Manly Tinderstoff, the conniving head of the Chastity, who secured safe passage to the Commonwealth after besting you in the Liberation Rite. I do really like his theme. Having returned home and earned a lavish welcome, he was all too eager to accept a seat among the Justices of Peace, where already he presides over other suspected criminals' trials. Wow, that is... We did a bad thing here. A branch of the Commonwealth's governing body widely considered the most influential. It is they who pass sentences to those who transgress against their country and its people. Yeah, we screwed up bad. We have made the Commonwealth a much worse place by letting this guy and what's-her-face back over, Udmilda. It is said that questioning his questionable judgment is a quick way to ensure a guilty verdict. Yeah. As for the Chastity, Manly withheld vital information from his group, such that they were ill-equipped to carry forward. You shall not be seeing them again. Well... As you reach the end of the imp's message, you see Wulfrid shake his head. Yeah, I know. This is what the cycle of the rites has wrought, my boy. Those such as Manly manipulate tradition for their own sake. Make no mistake, our plan shall end this. Where's our plan at right now? 51%. Hey, better than a coin flip, I'll take it. You thank the messenger imp for delivering this news and offer it a scrap of sustenance, which it inhales before rushing off into the distance. Yeah. Have we sent over the two absolute worst people for the safety of the Commonwealth? I guess it would be bad to allow Pamitha over, or Tamitha rather, but we may be about to do just that. Oh, I'm concerned. I have many concerns. Let's go say hi to Falconrock. Hey, you guys! How long's it been since I last told you you're my favorite customers? Because I just wanted to remind you that that is definitely true, okay? So, come on in, I guess. Do we come on in? Come on in and what's... Does he... He doesn't cart around a building with him, right? I guess he just means, like, under the tent. So what? We got some more sun serum, some more star serum. We do have enough money to buy a serum. We could also buy a handful of stardust. Oh, we should sell him this mushroom. I'm sure he will want yet another useless garbage mushroom. Okay, the flame leech is actually pretty cool. We regain Pyre health every time we score. I do like that. I like that effect on Headwind, and I like it as a general equipable thing. I wonder why it says up to 50% instead of just 50%. I wonder if there are other circumstances factored in that determine exactly how much you get back. Alright, so what's the status of our trinkets and stuff? Is there something that needs to be leveled up very badly? Our Tailwind Crest is maxed, the Black Claw doesn't have a level. Triesta's Plume could use a little bit of a push, but I'm guessing that it's not going to get too much better than it is right now. It's pretty good. I'm certainly not upset about it. I'm just debating whether I even want to buy the Stardust. You know, if this could be leveled up, that wouldn't be terrible. I really don't shoot enough. There are a lot of situations where I'm able to get close to the enemy goal, and then I just freak out. Oh, that's right. We do need to max this thing out. So I need 7 more levels for that. Alright, let's take this handful of Stardust. And then nothing else, right? Because we only have 15... Yeah. Alright, thanks, Ron. Tell your friends about us, because I already told all mine. Poor guy. I bet he never sells anything to anybody who isn't us. Alright. Let's commence the rite. As the sky grows dark over the glade of Lu, a hush falls over your companions, especially Ruki. You sense something is troubling him. Something to do with your next adversaries. Oh, hey, chum. I just want to let you know I'm pumped and ready to take on the dissidents this time. Sure am, alright? That Barker, he's not so scary once you get to know him like I do, you know? So, don't you worry, because I sure won't be going easy on him after last time. As Ruki marches off toward the clearing, you notice his grin fade away. In the distance, you hear the dissidents begin to hoot and howl and play their electric guitars. Ooh, new one. Your adversaries shall all return from banishment when all are banished. Oh, that's interesting. We don't often get to banish them all. It's usually the case that we have to skirt around one of them. So I could probably leave this active. Plus 10% enlightenment. Really? Okay, yeah, the others are all... I didn't realize that they could be different numbers. Okay, so they're all 3% except for Shax and Islak. And I don't know what his thing actually means, but I'm gonna try this because we could use the big boost, and it kinda doesn't super matter if we win this. Like, let's leave this active and see exactly how much it impacts our playstyle. The outcome of this match really is not important. We do get extra enlightenment for winning, and so I'm not going to just turn them all on. Like, I would like to win. But if we lose here, it doesn't really matter.
You exiles of the Night Wind. Scribe summon you to the Glade of Liu.
Yep.
Your adversaries in the rites this eve shall be the dissidents. Extinguish now their pyre, and glory shall be yours.
Oh, is that how it
Now
works? Thanks.
prepare yourselves.
I feel like my relationship with the voice is rapidly deteriorating. Oi, mates, look at what we have here. Greentail, is that you? Yeah, Barker, it's me, alright. Well, I'll be. So tell me something then, Greentail. You gonna go against me this time, or keep on being a stinking coward like before, huh? Oh, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Wait. He says he wants to fight. If you can beat him. If you can beat him, maybe. Maybe he'll leave us alone. Maybe he'll leave the Greentails alone. I can make it worth his while. Oh. Apparently we know all of Greentail's family's names. Barker? What is it, mate? The rite's about to start. Well, I was just thinking, I know I owe you and everything, but I've got a deal for you. You like a good deal, don't you? Ha ha! I like a good laugh's more like it, but I'll bite, Greentail. What's your fancy here? I was thinking, if I can beat you here, we're squared away. You let me off the hook. Huh. I see. But tell me something, mate. Now why in this stinking world would I want to do a thing like that? What's in it for me when I beat you instead? Then I'll pay you double what I owe. I promise. But you have to promise too. Kerr's oath. Boy, really now? Double or nothing then, is it, eh? You drive a hard bargain there, mate. But alright, it's a deal. You beat me and my pack right here, right now, and you're debt-free as far as I'm concerned. Of course, if you don't, I'll be fleecing you for all you're worth. You, your stupid uncles, and that dear old mum of yours. See you shortly, then. Ruki then turns to you. Hey, so, this one means a lot to me. You understand there, chum? Let me go up against these guys and I'll make sure we show them up, okay? Alright, Ruki's in. You're the boss, bud. No, you're not the boss. You're never the boss. I'm the boss. That's important. Ruki's not the boss. Nobody think that. Okay. Alright. Ruki's in. And he's got his trinket. I like his trinket on him. Who else? I probably need to give Pamitha a rest. She was in the last one. She might have been in the one before that, too. I want to make sure Pamitha and Tizo are available next time, so I'm going to rest them both right now. Or are available for the Liberation Rite, which could be next. They did say they were going to accelerate in frequency. We should probably run Volfred because he needs XP. Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right. I should give Volfred a talisman. Plus presence is not bad on him. He's got a pretty good presence already. His aura will be very large. True, Exodius. Who else do I want to run? So I'm still thinking like Lei, Tizo, Pamitha probably for the Liberation Rite, so... And Lei is definitely in a position to be liberated still. Why don't we bring Bertrude on this? We probably don't need Malith's tail, though. She banishes people quite a bit. She's very good at it. We could give her the quickness trinket, too. I think it's going to be the banish thing or the quickness thing. So she only has 11 quickness. She's... Let's go for this. I'm going to end up leaving her on defense a lot, probably, so... I'll feel a lot better about that thing once we get it up to 100. We shall undo that loathsome cur and his abominable cohorts. Alright then, Greentail. Bring it on, or it's your dear old mum who's gonna pay. His aura is impressive. That sucked.
Already does your pyre's flame begin to flicker.
Yeah, listen, I was just trying to get all of Bertrude's stuff active, you know?
All of the
Wow, the
Shame.
the instant power cast combined with the aura burst thing is a real problem. I need to jump like immediately. What's the matter, Greentail? Methinks you seem a little nervous on your paws out there. Just shut up already, Parker. Let's get on with it. Whoa. He got so excited his mask flew off. What's that you say, huh? You think you can talk back to me like that, Greentail? You heard me, Parker. Stay out of my damn way. Or what, mate? Or I'll sink these little nervous teeth into your neck, old chum. Yeah, Rookie, let him know. Oh, you're kidding? It didn't even hit him? Ah. Okay. This thing is cover.
Away with them.
Oh, Wolfred! Wolfred! Yes! Alright. He hits hard. No, 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 jump. Okay. Alright, alright. Alright, alright, alright. I'm getting there. Oh, what's up now? Oh, no! I thought I had it. I got cocky too early. Oh. Did I get that off? I did. Okay, cool. Damn it.
Simply abhorrent.
Honestly, this is not going that poorly. Oh, come on, I jumped. God, the range on their power casts is bananas. Ah, come on. Alright, Wolfred's back, Wolfred's back. Ah. Unfortunately, Wolfred's, his little, like, go underground maneuver actually leaves him without an aura for quite a long time. And we're doing alright. Ah. I shouldn't have done that. Man, it takes forever for the crone to come back once we lose her.
That Bertrude's faster than she looks.
All right.
The Nightwing shall prevail at this rate.
No, I ran into the... No. I wasted a lot of stamina there running into those roots. Okay. Alright, it took me a second to get the hang of playing against these guys with their extremely fast power casts, but I think I'm getting there now.
How very fortunate.
Ooh. Alright, alright, alright.
And it is done.
And Rookie gets the final goal, which feels appropriate from a plot perspective. Alright, I'm getting it. I'm working it out.
A little better.
I'm sure after the last couple of matches, everybody had some feelings upon seeing me get scored on like 3 times in a row real fast. This is a weird way to write this. Woohoo generally does not have a comma in it. Woo! Hoo! We did it! We got him! Hey. Greentail, you... You got us fair and square, mate. As fair and square as this stuff gets, right? So, my family, you leave them alone? You said you leave them alone. Ease off there, Greentail. A deal's a deal. Now then, me and my pack had better step it up for when we see you and your mates again. I'll be looking forward. Rookie watches him depart, then turns to you as his expression softens. I don't know what to tell you, chum, other than I really owe you one.
Always is there greater knowledge to be gained.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
That Wilfred always was a little slow to pick things up.
It's been a while since my last outings in the rites. Begging for your continued patience as I recollect the way. Honestly, Wilfred is incredibly useful for slowing the match down. Being able to just cast the flower thing right in front of the orb to make them have to go around seems really useful. Alright, once per rite, if Wilfred's adversary has extinguished his pyre, it is restored by 10 points instead. That seems awfully good. While using shield, Wilfred shields his allies as well. That's interesting. So you could, if you... No, wait, how is this valuable? I was thinking, like, if you were running the ball and you could, like, quick swap to Wilfred and hit shield as you saw somebody's aura cast coming or something, but you can't switch control without passing the ball. So actually, I'm not sure how valuable this is. Wilfred permanently gains +5 hope, hastening how quickly he returns from banishment. Okay, that's useful. And once per rite, if Wilfred's adversaries extinguish his pyre, it is restored by +40 instead. I like that a lot. Do these both occur individually, or does this effect replace this effect? If Wilfred is banished, a sapling shall automatically spawn near his pyre until he returns. Okay, interesting. Especially since it seems like the sapling's aura causes that aura growth effect. So whoever's left to defend would have a larger aura when they're nearby. After casting Sprout, Wilfred's sapling spawns faster than usual and gains a larger aura. I do like that. After casting Sprout, may remotely detonate the sapling in an aura burst. While Wilfred and his allies are banished, adversaries are slowed and cannot use abilities. Wow, I actually think both of his trees are quite strong. I kind of like going down this side and then getting Final Kindling as well. Yeah, let's do that.
'Tis the wisdom of old 100 Lines. Until the stars align.
Yeah, okay, so the Shack's 6 shoulders did not hurt us terribly. I think we could probably leave that one active on relatively easy battles, and it's a lot more extra enlightenment than a lot of the others. Obviously, liberation rites are 0 Titan Star time, though. After you bested the dissidents in a solid performance, there is little time for you to rest as yet. The night beckons, and the next rite reveals itself to be a vital one. It is already time, reader. Come see for yourself. The coldness of the season now presents to us another chance. He heads out straight away, and you follow in turn. Indeed, among the remaining stars, you see one with which you are familiar. Now burns ever brightly. Okay. Let's head back up then. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't pretty nervous here. But I do feel like during the last match against the Essence, as the match went on, I got better at intercepting them in the air. We're going to have both of our flyers available. I'm concerned, but I think we can do this. By the way, I'm having a tremendous amount of fun with the fact that this game is hard enough that I can lose, and also that the game is, like, cool with me losing. I've seen some concerns about, like, maybe we should turn the difficulty back down, because it kind of seems like you're getting dumped on, and nobody was quite that mean about it, but I'm actually really liking the fact that when I go into a rite, I legitimately don't know whether I will win or not, which is not, usually the case in a video game. Things are, simpler than that. Already are the Nightwings summoned back to Mount Alodiel. Picture the rites as a wheel broken free from a black wagon. It is turning uncontrollably, and soon shall reach a sudden stop. We should have several chances left for someone to go free, either us or else our adversaries, but not both. What is at stake each time is further complicated now, I must admit, knowing we have so few opportunities remaining. Those who we send back into the Commonwealth, should our plan somehow fail, they may look back upon their exile with fondness. Yeah, that would be bad. So, returning to the Commonwealth is not inherently a mercy, I don't think. Moreover, there are also those among us whom we can count on to prevail in the rites. We need them on the Nightwings just as much as we need them in the Commonwealth. We cannot simply grow our numbers here, given the circumstances. And so, who stays, who goes, these choices affect us all. No pressure there, my boy. Why is he explaining this whole thing to us again like he thinks I forgot? Although, you know, given the fact that I haven't won a liberation right in a while, maybe he does think I forgot. Now, I don't know about you, but I shall go and take my leave for now. Let's set forth again at daybreak. I bet Ruki will have something to say here. Oh, he looks a little less ecstatic than I might have thought. As you approach Ruki, you sense none of his usual anxious energy. I'm free. Then he rushes up to you, a return to form. I mean, I know I'm not. I'm stuck down here with all the rest of you. It's like I finally got to set aside this giant bag of rocks I've been carrying around, you know what I mean? I wanted to say thanks, chum, for giving me a hand with the little situation between myself and Barker. I don't think I would have had it in me to stand up to him unless I knew you and the others had my back. Now at least old Mama Greentail won't get any trouble from him on the other side. Yeah, Barker is not getting back to the other side anytime soon. She's still waiting for her Rookie boy to come on home, but at least she won't be getting hassled by a bunch of nasty curs just because I struck a lousy deal. So yeah, chum, you ever need something, I owe you one and then some. Cur's oath. He prances out of the wagon, a newfound lightness in his step. Okay, +2 hope permanently, cool. I don't actually know what 1 point of hope does, like in terms of the exact amount of time that it reduces. Ooh, mushrooms, give me mushrooms. There we go. The box that you have to click on is small and strangely placed to actually pick the mushrooms. Alright, let's head north. It is about that time once more. Wait a minute. I saw this circle here sort of like pulsing gently, and I thought, oh, maybe it's around a point of interest. Alright, looks like... oh, here's one. Once more we sail above the fall of Solium. The temple to the 8 scribes awaits us at the summit. None have seen the temple, save for those worthy to conduct the rites there, and myself, and my counterpart Celeste. You may then wonder whence it came. The cycle of the rites has turned since the beginning of this age. Over its course, whilst waiting for the cycle's turns, some exiles thus paid tribute to the 8 scribes. I think the scribes may not have wanted such extravagance, or the carved effigies to them along the way. Yet it is for triumvirates to decide how best to honor the rites. They chose to honor them as you see here. How you remember this, of course, whether you even wish to do so, that is yours to decide. The scribes would not want otherwise. I guess I technically count as someone who is qualified to participate in the rites. Alright, so we're not taking Bertrude into the next match. Alright, let's land here. Pamitha, we're going to need every little bit of help we can get. And we do know Pamitha's in. You make landing upon Mount Elodiel, where Volfred pulls you aside while the others complete post-flight inspection. He puffs at his pipe before speaking up. Reader, as you know, I now wear the raiments once again. This means that I, myself, may soon be worthy to regain my freedom in the eyes of the 8 scribes. We're going to play Volfred a lot because he needs to level up, and also because his his ability is quite useful, but honestly, I don't think he'll be worthy to regain his freedom soon. He's awfully far behind everybody. Know, however, that it is not my wish to go just yet. It is true I could be of some benefit to our plan back in the Commonwealth, but I feel my place is here for the time being. Yeah, no kidding. Perhaps once the Nightwings are on a surer footing in their path, my time shall come. I'm still not 100% trusting him. Although I suppose whatever his plan is, it could be... Okay. Supposing that he does have a plan, that this whole thing is a manipulation to bring about some other kind of end that we are not let in on yet. It could be that his plan is to stay on this side anyway. Like, I can't really, I guess, make any actions designed to thwart the possibility of a double cross when I have no idea what type of double cross we might be talking about. Also, you know, he could just be playing straight with us. Those are my feelings on the matter, and I wanted you to know. I shall, of course, defer to you. Our path is not to contradict the reader's will. Anyway, I trust that all of us, yourself included, shall find our freedom. If not soon, then by when all of this is over. Having completed post-flight inspection, you and Pamitha visit the monument of Triesta Tithys. Have I ever heard Triesta's last name before? That might be the first time we've ever seen it. Fifth of the 8 scribes, known as the Disciplined or the Blessed-born. Eldest of the Heart Matriarchs, she anointed the Book of Rites and gave its words their power. I have to hand it to you, Pamitha. You have a real gift for getting yourself into one bad situation after another. Now, here you are, praying to the dead to bring the stars back. Is that it? Maybe you'll get out of here this time. Things might be even worse back home. Soon she is finished paying her respects. You return to the wagon in silence, feeling as though Triesta Tithys, maybe, has shown you favor. You shall soon ascend the mountain. You soon shall ascend the mountain, though there is now time for you to pursue your vocations. You know what? Ooh, plus quickness. Very useful. You know what? For the first time, we're going to study. I will hone my skills as a reader. We need every little bit we can get here. But first, let's talk to Pamitha. Pamitha is staring out the window as you approach. I miss flying, reader darling. Take it from me. It feels as good as you'd expect. It's not enough for those Commonwealth brutes to cast us down here if they can get their fingers on us. They make sure we never fly again as once we did. All while calling it an act of mercy. Let me ask you something, You've learned a thing or two. What have your studies taught you of my kind? Boy, I really haven't been doing my reading. I do know of the violence that they have caused. The harps of the Highwing remnants have despoiled the Commonwealth for an entire age. But also I know that they have suffered. Both sides have despoiled themselves and each other, is what really has happened. Do I know this, that we share a common ancestor? It is said that when some of the ancient harps relinquished their wings, the conflict began. Or I could just say I know little of her kind. Commonwealth rumors and folktales are to be taken with a healthy dose of skepticism. I think at this point, saying something to her that's not true is way worse than saying, I don't really know what we're talking about. You admit to having little knowledge of the harps or the Highwing remnants, other than your limited experience and Commonwealth hearsay. Oh, come now. There's no need to be so modest. Surely you've heard much of the terrors that we've caused, that we slew and ate all of our males and the like. Here, I was hoping you'd indulge me just a bit. My kind certainly aren't known for their good sense of humor, I can tell you that. My little tongue got me into no small amount of difficulty till I learned to keep it well under control. The mountains I come from, the views there certainly are something, but there's a bleakness to it, too, being surrounded only by those consumed by the desire to avenge. We're very proud like that. Everybody vying to be the strongest, to kill the most of you. That way we might just get a shot with the prince. Continue the line, if he even exists. Ah, okay, so there is a male harp, possibly, maybe. They mate as poison spiders do and would slay each other in their sleep. Yeah, that sounds like hearsay. That's probably not correct. Imagine that being the best case scenario, darling. She shakes her head. Anyway, I was just thinking, I rather enjoy the traveling we've done. The change of scenery does me some good. Perhaps I'll stick to wandering after all this. In fact, I have a fancy for some wandering right now, if you'll excuse me. Okay, don't go far. We need you on the thing. Alright. Alright, fine. Disregard me. Edwin's resting up. Ruki and Lay are tidying the wagon. Sir Gilman is making speeches. My suspicion is nobody is listening. What is the thing that we have of Bertrude's? I've been checking the stuff in the wagon so little that I've kind of forgotten. Wait, do we have something? Oh yeah, the deck, right. She's just sulking in the shadows. Probably very annoyed by Gilman. Alright. Let's study up. You find a relatively quiet clearing to study the Book of Rites with undivided attention. Through greater understanding comes the reader's influence. Oh, I have stats. I could be increasing these stats. Okay. Each point of hope slightly reduces your fellow... Are these permanent boosts? The way I was reading this, I had assumed that they were, just boosts for that particular... Like, I was going to give, yeah, everybody gets +4 hope for this rite. But it looks like I might be giving permanent bonuses to all rites, even those that I don't study before. Well, shoot, I've misunderstood this. This would have been useful to do earlier. Oh, man, I wish I knew what 1 point of hope was, in terms of seconds. I don't think presence is where we want to go. It's either hope or quickness. They're both important. Honestly, quickness is pretty important. Let's take quickness. Especially given that we're going to have to bodily block people during this final match. Or this next match, rather. Concentrate on your knowledge of the 8 scribes, and how together they compose the Book of Rites among their many feats. Inspiration comes to you in a flash. Whether from the book or from within, you cannot tell. Alright, Reader's Influence. Celerity. All Nightwings gain +1 quickness. Yeah, I had misunderstood how that worked. We'll be doing some more of that in the future, for sure. Alright, let's see. Wolfred will gain favor this way. Ruki will gain favor this way. Neither one of these is neither one of these is particularly relevant, because neither of them are coming on the thing. Let's, I guess have another moment with Ruki? I like Ruki. I've really come around on him since he shaved the mustache. Okay, here we are. I was starting to get a little worried. The black wagon disappeared for quite a long time there. En route to the mountaintop, you pass by a monument to Under King Oris, and Ruki happens to take notice. Okay, look. You know old Ruki Greentail doesn't like to beg, but now I'm hearing we ain't got a lot of chances left of getting out of here. Well, then you gotta let me out of here. Come on, who deserves it any more than me, huh? Mom's out there waiting for old Ruki to come home. Soon, he is finished paying his respects. As you prepare to continue your ascent, you sense that Under King Oris has shown him favor. +3 glory, huh? And maybe we should send Ruki back instead of Lay? Maybe. You and your fellow exiles gather at the foot of Scribe's Gate before an archway carved of stone, where stands the Gate Guardian. Greetings to you, Celeste. I see the exiles of the Nightwings have returned. even as the cycle of the rites begins drawing to a close. The Nightwings accept this as the will of the Scribes. The Gate Guardian laughs at this, softly, for some reason. And you, Tariq? Do you accept their will as well? But the lone minstrel does not answer her. It is no matter. Now, Nightwings, each of you, come forth and state what it is that you seek whilst crossing Scribe's Gate. One by one, the Nightwings declare themselves, and you all pass through as before. When Wulfred takes his turn, Celeste stops him. You. I see you wear the raiments once again. Explain. The cycle of the rites is ending. While I do not know exactly why, I have my fears. One of my contemporaries, he who fell from the summit long ago, he lives and seeks his liberty again. He stands against us now and believes his triumvirate to be the true Nightwings. I remember well the contemporary whom you mean. Then the Nightwings stand divided. Yes, and so I wear the raiments once again, in case that it may help to right this wrong. For I am Wulfred Sandalwood, and I seek liberty for each of us, so that one day we all might stand shoulder to shoulder on the other side, and bring our freedom to the people there. She considers Wulfred's words for a moment. I see. Then, move along. The Guardian of Scribe's Gate regards you all, and then she beckons you onward. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome. Go forth, with glory. Celeste? What is it, Tariq? The will of the scribes. Long have we both followed it, I think you would agree. In equal measure has it drawn us close as separated us. But if their aim now is to keep us apart, for another age or longer, then no, I do not accept their will. You blaspheme, Tariq, and at the gate no less. But the lone minstrel simply puts his hat back on. Then may the scribes themselves admonish me. Until tomorrow night, Celeste. I do not know what is up with Tariq. But I have bigger things to worry about. Having reached the peak of Mount Elodiel again, you cannot help but reflect on whether one of your companions may go free this night, or remain stranded in the downside as Lay did after last time. Alright, don't rub it in, narrative. Wulfred looks up as you approach, and smiles. I never thought I would say such things, my boy, but it is good to wear the raiments in the rites once more. The march of time does have a way of healing certain hurts. Besides, the Nightwings of today, we are a very different beast than the triumvirate which took me in almost a decade ago. Ours was a triumvirate of exactly 3. Well, 4 with Tizo, who proved to be an exception. Though, historically, the Nightwings never took on more exiles than needed. I have mentioned my predecessor, Brighton, and my former companions, Arisa and Oralek. Perhaps, naively, I had hoped my time with them would not be relevant directly to what we now attempt. But, seeing as our stories are now intertwined, do let me know if there is more you wish to learn of them. I'm actually pretty curious about the one that we don't know anything about. Although maybe asking about Oralek is more relevant to the challenges we will face in the near future. Yeah, let's see if he knows anything about Oralek that might help us. You ask about what Oralek was like when he and Wulfred first became acquainted. Wulfred remains silent for some time. I was very, very sick, you know, when I first landed in the downside. The long trip down the river must have been a little much for me. Yeah, I don't think anybody lands down here feeling great. It was Orlek who found me. He could not have known of my capacity to read before he revived me. He was a physician, intolerant of the sight of suffering of any kind. Not just any physician, mind you. A gifted, highly decorated one. He served on the front. Back then, skirmishes erupted frequently, and those such as Orlek, they had to deal with many casualties on either side. In time, he said he grew repulsed by what he saw. This sowed in his heart a yearning for an end to all the bloodshed. So, he tried to use his status to negotiate a treaty with the Highwing remnants. It must have gone about how you'd expect. He was given direct orders to return to the front, but when he refused to soil his hands again, they cast him to the downside. Here, he gained the notice of the Nightwings, and before long, he grew to be one of the finest rites conductors anyone had ever seen. He was instrumental in the liberation of his companions, whose roles in the Triumvirate were later filled by Orisa and me. In time, Orlek's own opportunity for freedom had come up. He longed for it, so that with his exalted status, he might stand a better chance of negotiating peace. However, on the evening of his liberation, well, you know the story from that point. Wolfred breathes a heavy sigh. He and I were kindred spirits for a while. I could not bear to think that he was gone, and now I still cannot entirely believe that he is back. He is our adversary now, transformed, grown cold. Still, part of me is happy that he lives. Make no mistake, of course, I shall not be swayed against our plan, not by Orlek or anyone. As I have said before, we share a higher calling now. As for Orlek, he wants his freedom still, although I wonder if he still remembers why. Anyway, was there something else, my boy? Yeah, I guess if we're allowed to ask about everybody, I will. You inquire about Brighton, who you understand was liberated prior to when Wolfred first joined the Nightwings. I never met Brighton in person, but I know him rather well by now. Though, for that matter, my boy, so do you. He studies your reaction for a moment, then... Brighton was born wealthy, but not special otherwise. You would have no reason to have heard of him. He was exiled for negligent misconduct. I do not know exactly why, and do not care for spreading rumors. I first heard of him through Orisa and Orlek, who found in me a suitable replacement following his liberation. They spoke little of him. Orlek gave the impression that they did not see eye to eye. But he assured me I soon would hear from him myself. Indeed, as I became accustomed to the book which you know well by now, I soon began to hear the voice. Oh. Wolfred looks at you, as if to see if you yet take his meaning. I do, I totally do yet. You see, my boy, after Brighton's liberation, he assumed a new identity within the Commonwealth, and a new responsibility to the Triumvirate which liberated him. That voice you hear from time to time, whensoever the stars align, it's his. He is no longer Brighton. He is now none other than the Archjustice Androboles IX himself. Liberated exiles retain certain burdens to their old triumvirates. They have much to thank them for, not just their freedom, but their exalted status in the Commonwealth. The theocratic rulers of the Commonwealth, they do not wear masks and raiments simply for the sake of ceremony. They are not who they appear to be. Their public pasts are nothing but a fabrication. Like Brighton, they once were exiles too. Brighton, that voice. He has no love for either one of us by now. He knows full well what we attempt to do. Yet, he is bound by the traditions of the rites. Okay, see, for a moment I was thinking that he was like the chief agent on the other side of the plan, but apparently not. He shall always stand on ceremony and complain, but I think he knows, deep down, that he is powerless. How ironic that one of such high status in the Commonwealth should be so frightened of some long-forgotten exiles such as we. Anyway, that's Brighton for you. He must have seen in you the potential to be one of his staunch supporters for a time. If that's a path you'd wanted to pursue, I should apologize. Now then, whom else should we talk about? You know, that actually makes the return of Orlek, the fact that the voice refused to be a part of it and stormed off, a lot more interesting, doesn't it? Alright, what about Orisa? We don't really know anything about her, aside from the thing she did. You ask about Orisa, who you understand betrayed Orlek at the moment of his liberation, but then perished in the Shimmer Pool. I'm afraid you know the brunt of it, my boy. But I suppose you ought to know something of Orisa's past, lest you be quick to judge her solely by her actions. Mind you, I would never make excuses for the terrible choice she ultimately made, but her life, I understand, was very difficult. Orisa had been exiled for the foulest of acts. You could see it plainly branded on her face. Such was the heinousness of what she did in the eyes of the Commonwealth. She was an apprentice blacksmith in her youth, taking up the post left by her brother. He had fallen in battle on the Blood Border, despite wielding their father's own lance and armor. Her father never quite recovered after this, and had grown cruel and detached. It was Orisa who took the brunt of his fury. He expected the impossible of her. One day, it was all too much for her, so when next he lashed out at her, she struck back. She struck back again, and again, and again. When they came for her, her father was gone, and she was not herself. She was promptly cast into the downside for the crime, where her hatred for the Commonwealth only grew. Orisa always was intense in her demeanor, haunted by her father's memory. More than that, her chief motive for wanting back her freedom was, in hindsight, not a healthy one. She longed to join our nation's enemies, to build for the Highwing remnants a great siege engine that could shatter the defenses of the Commonwealth and forever end our feud. What she ultimately did to Orlek, it was an act of pure and thoughtless desperation. I do not think that it was simply evil, nor do I think that it was personal. I often wondered, though, if, in her final moments in the Shimmer Pool, she understood what she had done and the depths to which she had fallen. For years, I must admit, I hated her, but now, my only hope is that she found a peace untenable during her relatively short life in the downside in the Commonwealth. Furthermore, I hope the life of Orisa offers some perspective yet to those of us who have not made the same mistakes. Now then, was there something else? You bid Volfred a good afternoon, and leave him with his memories. My pleasure, reader. Reflecting on the past from time to time helps demonstrate how far we've come, yet how much farther we have yet to go. Alright. Let's stop in with Falcon Ron real quick. I doubt he'll have anything that we can buy. Hey guys, so like, I don't know what's going on up there with all them stars acting real weird and stuff, but let me tell you something here. You ain't gonna find a better deal on all this stuff from anybody, and I mean anybody, in the downside. You can trust me when I tell you that, okay? So, go ahead, stock up. Yeah, I don't really have any... Ooh, permanently grants one hope. That's interesting. I don't really have any money run, so... I mean, we could sell some stuff, but... I think no transactions today. Sorry, I know how you hate to hear that. Wish you guys would have bought something, maybe. Yeah, sorry, Ron. Anyway, not to leave everybody in suspense, but I do believe we are out of time. That's going to have to be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're still enjoying the series as much as I am. I'm very, very intrigued with where this is all going. Come back next time for, hopefully not, our 3rd consecutive failed liberation rite. And we'll see you then.